Hello and welcome to all you Virgos out there. This is your monthly horoscope for October of 2022. And what a month this is. There's a lot happening. And it starts off with your ruler going direct again, Mercury. So the Mercury retrograde that goes direct again, the eclipse we're having Mars retrograde, we're having Jupiter in a different sign. It's a lot. Now, because this is an overview, if you want to know a little bit more specific, what is this Mercury retrograde all about? What is this Mars retrograde all about? I don't know where I'm getting this accent. But we Virgos, we can do a lot of accents, don't we? Anyway, Virgo is normally quite well with speech, but anyway, that's a sidetrack here. Yes, so the focus is here on you, for sure, this month. But if you want to see those videos, that was the thing that I was mentioning, you can look it up my channel, because I made a lot of separate videos lately, and next week I'm going to make a separate video about the eclipse. But let's get started with your ruler. Around the 2nd to 3rd of October, especially for those Virgos, the late-born Virgos, so who've got planets around 28 degrees, let's say 23 degrees, 22 degrees up until 29 degrees of Virgo, you will feel it the most. Epiphanies, understandings, and don't we like that? Because this Mercury going direct on the 2nd to 3rd of October is really a blessing for us Virgos. Because when that happens in your first house, it's about you understand everything way better than before. And it's everything, I mean yourself first and foremost. And because of that, you understand other people way better, you understand your family better, you understand your work and how you are going to approach your work, and you have clarity here. So that is definitely something to look out for. But because of all these epiphanies, there is a lot of retrograde energy at the end of the month. But that makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, for us true Virgos, me having the sun in Virgo, you might have your sun in Virgo as well, or with your moon or your ascendant in Virgo. We know that when clarity comes, our actions and our purposes shift. And this is exactly what the collective is going to experience as well. At the end of the month, Mars is going retrograde. The very last day of the month, 31st of October, Mars retrograde in Gemini. That is for you, your work area. So it's like you have epiphanies and you do changes in the work. Makes sense, doesn't it? It's no big deal. And but these changes and reflections and reassessments of how you are doing work, how you are approaching work, maybe you already implemented some new stuff and now you are revisiting it. Am I doing the right thing? Do I have to fine-tune here or there? That period starts at the very end of the month up until like the midst of January. Then that house of work and career is full on next year. But now is the preparation. On another level, if you're not working, this is about how you want to be seen in public. So that means your contribution towards, your public life. You could say, but I'm a housewife, or I'm 79, and what is my contribution? Your energy, you being like energetically as pure as you can, with pure intentions, and being as positive as you can. Wow, that has a knock-on effect and a snowball effect for others. So it could be something that you want to do different there. That's the Mars retrograde. And Jupiter also goes retrograde in Pisces again. So at the very last degrees there, at the end of the month, around the 29th of October, Jupiter jumps into Pisces again, like 29 degrees, 28 degrees. So if you've got planets at 28, 29 kind of Virgo, you will feel that very strongly. So here you still have opportunities and expansion when it comes to your significant relationships. So something could come back in your life that was happening around, you could say, April, May, June time of this year. It's like unfinished business, so to speak. But it all has to do with expansion when it comes to your relationships. So it could mean definitely, single or not, someone significant is at the stage here in front of you, for sure. And you can do whatever you want to do with it, but it's all here to expand and to understand yourself better and to find more purpose in relationships. So I really, really like that for you. Now, the eclipse is happening in your third house, which is a Virgo house, the third house. So the eclipse is happening on the 25th of October. You feel it the whole month, and it's in Scorpio. That goes well with Virgo, so I think, you know, I know that in general, this is good energy. The third house is a communication house. It's a very busy house. It's a house of sales and selling and buying and PR and short trip travels. And there is this eclipse there happening, which is the sun together with the moon, together with Venus, which is very rare here, all at 2 degrees of Scorpio and together with the south node. Now this has to do with endings, you know, the south node and the new moon together with that, that's about endings, that's about a karmic cycle that has ended, that is about, of course, indirectly, a new start that will begin. Now the purpose here is getting rid of toxicity, because that's what Scorpio is all about. This belongs to the Saros cycle 6 south. But I'll explain that a little bit more in the next video next week. It's a lot about strength and a lot about sudden liberation here that this eclipse is all about. But for you, that means the mind. That means more understanding. Could also mean that love is a lot on your mind with Venus there in your third house. And there's some sort of a shift there. So whatever it is, for better or for worse. But again, I think for most of you Virgos, it will be for better because it's in a nice sextile. But this is an ending of some sort, of an old way of thinking that was a bit toxic, maybe a bit obsessive thinking in a way. This could stop here. And again, this is because Virgos are very, very service-oriented people, and the pitfall of that is sometimes they do too much for others so that they neglect themselves. It could be something like that, this epiphany, and you're thinking differently now. So a very interesting eclipse for you, and a very, very positive one when you apply it at its best. When it's a bit more out of your control, it could also mean siblings and neighbors, or situations in the neighborhood that are ending, and because of that, a new beginning. So that could be, those relationships could be very transformative as well. Keep in mind that this is all to get it back healthy, right? So to get it more authentic and real. Having said that, I wish you all the best, dear Virgos. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.